Okay, I'd now like to invite up onto stage Stefan Gunnarsson. Stefan is the CEO of PropTex, and what they're using is AI-driven deeper consumer engagement. Come on, Stefan, over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So, quickly, 6 years ago, I was in Bangkok, and I attended a property portal watch. I was doing something totally different back in the days, oil and gas, to be precise. And I was sitting like you, and I was watching Simon and the others talk about this industry. I was like, this is a cool thing. I'm going to drop everything I'm doing, and I'm going to go and build something for this industry to help it out. All thinking about how can I help them engage with their customers. That was the beginning of the story. So, thank you, Simon. Now, PropTex was created 4 years ago, and as we started to build AI models on our own, started to engage with AI engineers. COVID came, and naturally that gave us time to build what we have today. 4 years later, we launched our product in Property Portal Watch in Madrid last year. A year after that, we're currently running 400,000 images a day to allow for property engagement or user engagement on listings. We're empowering over 1 million listings already, and we have a strong pipeline growing that. And so what we do, this is our North Star. This is where we're heading. We look at what people engage with in day-to-day life. So when you look at Netflix, or when you look at Spotify, you don't ask Spotify, play a song. Spotify plays a song to you. You don't ask Netflix, I would like to watch something in specific. Netflix shows you something. Now, when I go on a real estate portal, I see this. This is a picture taken yesterday. This is Zillow. So when I go on here, there is absolutely nothing engaging here. This is all static. Now, how do we fix that? How do we solve that? And I was in a workshop session this morning. We were talking about engagement. What is engagement? Trying to dwell in how to define that. And I'm going to try not to repeat myself from this morning, but engagement is all about understanding and playing with the user. So a user comes on your portal. You want to try to capture the user as he is going into his journey. That's the whole purpose of this. So in order to create engagement, you need a lot of data. As people come on your listing, they check things out, and as they leave trace, the user engagement gives us that data, and we can build up from there. Now, this data is going to give us actionable insights that we can then show back to them. Enable innovative features, and all of that combined gives us that engagement. So what are we seeing on the market? And the moment portals start with AI, the moment portals start with engagement tools, we see a rapid increase. So Zillow, typically, when they launched the first AI recommendation on their website, they saw 27% increase on their user engagement. Realtor.com, the moment they launched a chatbot with AI-enhanced features, they saw a 30% increase. Redfin, the moment something intuitive, something gamified came on their listing, they saw a 200% increase on demand for virtual tours. Matterport, no secret, saw the same thing. And then what we are seeing is very interesting and revealing. When portals put PropTex on their website, we're seeing up to a 2,000% increase in engagement. I guess you're all wondering, what is it that they do exactly? the impact of this engagement. So we ran a little survey this morning, or actually last week, for the people that were in the workshop this morning. And we ran a little survey to see what they were actually looking for. What were their pain points? And what came out was personalized experience in order to keep people longer on the website. That was the main thing that came up. So pretty common. Leads dropping off, so bounce rates. That was another thing. How do we keep people on our websites? Avoid them dropping out. Now, all of that can be done through engagement. It's the only thing you can do in all reality. You've got to talk to your customers. Your customers got to talk back. If it's static, there's a very strong chance they will drop off. Now, how do we do this? I'm going to play a little video here that explains the product, our services, what we are doing, what we have launched, and knowing that this was launched last year in Madrid, same conference. Today, we're launching our little V2, same thing. So let's play that little video. It's volume. Can we have volume? Please.
In today's fast-paced market, every click, every interaction counts. Imagine turning each of those moments into rich, actionable data. PropText does just that, transforming your listings into more than just a showcase, into an experience that fuels engagement. It allows potential buyers to fully visualize their future home, making real-time changes and getting instant cost estimates. This tool lets them render before and after views of any space, boosting confidence in their decisions. And for you, every interaction delivers valuable insights. You get access to in-depth buyer preferences, helping you tailor your approach to generate better leads. PropText is designed to help you close deals faster, armed with the data and insights that matter most. Integrate PropText into your listings and watch as your engagement and lead quality grow. In a competitive market, staying ahead means offering more than just a listing. It means delivering an experience.
Now, this is what we do. We meet the home buyer on his journey. We allow the home buyer to interact. We get him at the right time, at the right place, so that we can feed information back and you can capture the moment as they want to be captured. Right? So they are doing this themselves. When we talk about renovation, redecoration, and add furniture, you might think about staging and whether it's manual staging or AI-generated staging. We do that, but we do it for the user. We don't do it for the agent and the broker. And that makes PropText different. We go in front. So by customizing listings, photos in real time, you get cost estimates and ROI of potential through chat. So while you're on the listing, you see the photo. As an example, you see an old kitchen, you transform it into a new kitchen, and you can ask the tool, what is the price of the kitchen that I'm seeing now? If it is at $20,000, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to give anything to this property at the end of the day? That is the kind of engagement users want to have. And naturally, we're generating real-time buyer feedback, which is extremely valuable. Now, by doing this, we're naturally empowering the portals and the brokers. We're gaining real-time insight into the buyer preferences. We're improving the lead qualification and prioritization, and adjust and enhance the listing itself. So there are use cases with our customers today that we're seeing more and more, where portals and listing sites are asking us to feed back what listings have the best engagement, what can be done better on a particular listing, because we're measuring what people are playing with. So you feed that back, and think about your customers, brokers, agents, or whoever is uploading these listings. Getting that information allows them to convert faster, better, and with help. because we have all of that data. New revenue opportunity. All of this is nice, having user engagement, having these tools, etc. But what can it bring? What kind of revenue can we extract from this? Naturally, premium listing features. This is the perfect tool to put premium listing features in place and allow people to come and engage with the right properties and engage and get the data from it. Personalized advertising space. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they all work with these models. Get the right message at the right time in front of the right customer. It's not static. The data is going to allow you to do that. And then naturally, you can start to monetize the data insights. So getting that report as a listing owner, getting that report telling me who is engaging, what are they engaging with, I can go to the home buyer and say, we're going to have to change ABC to get a better chance to sell that property. You're in a prime position to do that, especially with tools that give you data insights. Now, and the cherry on the cake is our next step, which is reality today, because over the past 4 years, as we build these AI models, we are today able to inject catalogs into the listing sites, into the imagery. So as a new revenue opportunity, we can now partner with retail. Now that's quite interesting. Suddenly, real estate portals who have all of these millions of eyeballs on the listings can start to communicate with retail. And the only thing retail wants is to get these eyeballs, right? So suddenly, we can start to bridge that. Integrate retail products into the listing. It couldn't get more immersive than that, engaged. And it goes beyond that. Imagine someone looking at a listing, likes the space, turns around, takes a photo of their current home interior, uploads the photo into the listing, and sees their furniture right there before they say, oh yeah, there's a potential. So I'm talking about retail, but it can well be your own furniture. How do we do it? We take the two static image and we start extracting the furniture out of the imagery. We start to render it in 3D, placing it in at the right size and at the right depth. That's how we do it. Now this opens up a whole new chapter between real estate and retail. Probably many of you are already thinking about, how do I get into retail? Well, this is the golden bridge. This is how you get in. Now, suggesting a home is way better than filtering and trying to find that home. Suggesting, you can only suggest the home if you have the data for it, right? So anything you can do to gather the data will help you with the rest. I think I'm out of time. So yeah, this is me. We have a little booth out there, so please stop by if you have any questions, if you want to talk about your project, if you want to discuss your AI roadmap. We can let you know what others are doing. We can let you know within confidentiality, naturally, but we can give you hints and show you what's happening, both on the US side and European side. Thank you.
Stay here. We've got some questions. If we could bring up the questions, thanks very much. First question is, where do you see the sweet spot between gamification and serious buying?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. Sweet spot I think at the end of the day, if you're buying a property, you start gaming. So I think the sweet spot is at what point can we turn that gamer into acquiring something, or at least show an interest, become a lead, and go visit the property. We're not taking away the physical.
Okay, so it seems to me that this is a blend between making the home buying process more fun, more engaging, more immersive, and in that process, you're actually helping weed out the serious buyers.
That's it.
Right. And the more that I'm not going to spend a lot of time in looking at a property, changing the wallpaper, changing the floors, change the furniture, if I don't really have a desire to maybe purchase the property.
There we go.
So I think that's that sweet spot and how that could fit together. The tool interferes with the listing of a seller. What is the feedback from the sellers on the tool?
The tool interfaces with, the seller, is the question if the tool is disrupting the seller's property? Is that?
Yeah, or asking if it's interfering with it, maybe overlaying it, and so on.
Every single seller seller leads, sellers, they're all looking for this kind of thing. What they want is the inside. What they want is to understand, is to just allow people to see their property in a better light. So us or the seller doing the photos and publishing photos that are actually wrong doesn't necessarily match with what users are looking for. So allowing people to engage with it naturally solves that problem.
If I understand correctly, what happens is that you load a normal page, and this is a widget that sits on top of the page.
Correct.
And thus interacts with the listing. And I can select an image and say, from this image, can you please, in free-form text, change the furniture, change the floor, change the wall, paint it pink, etc.
We empower the user, exactly. And most of our customers actually don't necessarily use our widget. They take our API documentation and they create their own. We provide the tool, we provide the front end. They create their own thing. I think almost all of our larger customers do that.
Okay. So when it says, doesn't your tool risk overburdening the user with information and extra variables to consider?
No, I think not having it is overburning it with information. It's static. It's allowing the user to go see the information that they actually want to see and interrogate the listing and get neighborhood data, understanding if I change the outside with a swimming pool, does that actually match where I am? Does it bring any value to this property? That's the kind of information we want to have.
Yeah. It seems to me what you're doing is allowing me to reimagine an existing property either with my own furniture, which is always an important thing, right? If I've got furniture, I'm going to take it with me. Not everyone gets to buy brand new furniture each and every time. Can I reimagine a new home with my own furniture? Can I reimagine a property with some renovation to it? And so basically what you're doing, as far as I understand, is allowing the potential buyer to fall in love with the property more, and in that process, then be able to provide a higher quality lead to the seller.
Yeah, it's about seeing the potential in a property. That's all it is. And you do that with gamification. When I took off yesterday, I was looking at properties, and it was 1 out of 5. There were images that just were out of place. I couldn't figure out if anything could be done in that property. I didn't have the tool.
So a couple of things, two other questions. Isn't it going to slow down page listing times?
I know. It sits on top, so it's like a chatbot. So it's a one-liner code, as we like to call it, and it loads at the end of the page. So you load the page, and we pop up, we're there.
Okay, and the last thing is, how do you estimate cost of furniture? Do you scrape data from furniture providers or monetize leads? What's the underlying process?
No, we're partnership with furniture providers, so the largest furniture providers on the planet that we are working with. So no, we don't scrape anything.
Okay, so they give you access to an API for all
Correct.
their listings, images, etc. You take that, you extract it,
Yep.
and you allow me to put that chair into that house and then go, I like that, cost it please. Oh, that's going to cost me $300.
Correct. I'll
Order.
take my own chair.
Okay. Stefan, thanks very much. I like what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need that. Thank you.